The full story, biography, and powers of L, the greatest detective. L, whose real name is L Lawliet, is one of the main characters in Death Note, and the world's greatest detective. Little is known about L's early life, adding to his mysterious persona. He was raised at Wammy's house, an orphanage for gifted children in Winchester, England. There, L's genius was recognized from a young age, and he quickly rose to become the world's top detective, solving countless high-profile cases that no one else could crack. L is a man shrouded in secrecy. He never shows his face publicly and communicates through intermediaries or via technology. When he appears in person, he hides his identity under the alias Ryuzaki and takes on an eccentric appearance, slouched posture, messy black hair, pale skin, and dark circles under his eyes. Despite his odd behavior and strange habits such as sitting in a crouched position, eating excessive amounts of sweets, and holding objects in peculiar ways, L is a brilliant strategist and master of deduction. When the mysterious mass murderer known as Kira begins killing criminals around the world, L takes on the case. His goal is to uncover Kira's identity and bring him to justice. This sets the stage for one of the most intense psychological battles in anime history, L vs. Light Yagami. L is the first to deduce that Kira is in Japan and that Kira needs a face and a name to kill. He narrows down the suspect list to those connected to the police and eventually places Light Yagami under suspicion. In an incredibly bold move, L directly confronts Light, enrolling in the same university and forming an uneasy friendship with him. This risky strategy allows L to observe Light closely while baiting him into revealing himself. Throughout the series, L uses ingenious traps, surveillance, and psychological tactics to corner Light. However, Light, equally brilliant and ruthless, continues to evade him. Their rivalry grows deeper as both engage in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. L grows increasingly obsessed with proving Light is Kira, even going as far as confining and testing him under surveillance. In the end, Light manipulates Rem, a Shinigami loyal to Misa Amane, into killing L to protect Misa. L dies quietly in Light's arms, having been so close, but ultimately failing to expose Kira. Though L's life ends tragically, his influence lingers, as his successors, Nier and Mello, continue the fight against Kira. Early life, raised in Wammy's house in England, where his intellect and deductive skills are nurtured. Becomes world's greatest detective, solves countless cases under the name L. Kira case, takes on the challenge of catching Kira after mass killings begin worldwide. Focuses on Light Yagami, narrows his investigation to Light, eventually befriending him to watch him closely. Psychological war, engages in a battle of wits with Light, each trying to outsmart the other. Downfall, killed by Rem under Light's manipulations before he can fully expose Kira. Legacy, leaves behind clues and plans that eventually help his successors defeat Kira. Powers and abilities. Though L possesses no supernatural powers, his mind alone makes him one of the most dangerous characters in the Death Note universe. 1. Master detective skills. Regarded as the world's greatest detective. Solves cases others consider impossible. Known for tracking serial killers, terrorists, and other elusive criminals. 2. Genius-level intellect. A true genius with unmatched analytical and deductive reasoning. Capable of breaking down complex situations with little evidence. Outwits entire organizations, including the police and Kira task force. 3. Expert strategist. Always several steps ahead of his opponents. Uses elaborate traps, surveillance, and social engineering to gather evidence. Predicts enemy actions with uncanny precision. 4. High-level manipulation and psychological warfare. Skilled in psychological tactics and interrogation. Creates situations to observe natural reactions, revealing hidden truths. Has a cold, calculating side, using others as bait when necessary. 5. Combat skills, surprising trait. Despite his frail appearance, L is physically capable. Displays excellent agility and martial arts skills, shown during his fight with Light. Trained in self-defense and capable of sudden bursts of physical prowess. 6. Technological expertise. Uses advanced surveillance tools, hacking, and communications technology. Expert at setting up covert operations and information networks. 7. Highly cautious and secretive. never reveals his identity unless absolutely necessary. L's story is a tale of brilliance, isolation, and sacrifice. Though he appeared strange and eccentric, L was a man driven by justice and a deep desire to protect innocent lives. He gave everything, his safety, his reputation, and ultimately his life in the pursuit of stopping Kara. Unlike other characters driven by ego or ambition, L never sought power or fame. His only goal was truth. L represents the idea that justice sometimes comes at great personal cost. He fought against a godlike enemy with nothing but his mind, and though he fell before the end, his legacy endured. He will forever be remembered as the world's greatest detective, the man who stood alone in the darkness, fighting for the light. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more legendary character stories.